So in another week or two after we get done with this session, why, I'll be going back to Fort Bragg for a while. Try to cool down.
Good.
I'm making a speech about every 2 weeks now. I will be making another one here in another week here. But I can't turn people down. If I could just say no, I would start getting some rest. And because my health now is going real bad. A year ago, I weighed 170 pounds, and I've dropped clear down to 135 pounds, and I've got to the point where now it's hard to even walk. So when will it be? I don't know. But this old boy will fight it out right down to the last. So I've had a wonderful, wonderful life. I wish everyone could have the life that I have had and enjoy it like I have.
So what happened to Casper, Wyoming?
Well, Casper, I canceled that out.
You did cancel. You did say no.
Last night,
You did say
I
no.
canceled it out. That's all.
So give us one more thought, and then I'll let you off the hook. What else do okay, so you already said the perfect story, so we'll kind of clap it there. But this is off the record just for you and me or for your family. What do you think about Donald Trump now and all the goings on in Washington, D.C.?
Well,
Wally?
you know, why are they just talking about Trump? What happened to this Hillary story where she put all her emails out and they've had her emails and everything for all this period of time and nobody's saying anything about that. But all these meetings, they're blowing them up and they're going to try to court-martial him. They're trying to kick him out.
Yeah.
And they may be able to do it. I wish he could just shut his mouth. Let him talk and him shut up and go back to trying to take care of the government, take care of the business. Can you people just imagine how much money is being spent on all these investigations that we're paying for nothing, just nothing? It's ridiculous that they can't get to governing the United States. And
yeah. And just take the healthcare thing. We waste so much money, billions and billions and billions. Everyone knows it's being wasted.
Sure.
And just because people just can't get their act together one way or the other. Just go one way or the other, but get it done, right?
Get it done. Get it behind you. And if he doesn't get a hold of things and them leave him alone long enough for them to get started with governing, I don't know what'll happen.
Yeah.
Now, there's one other thing that I would like to talk about.
Sure, Wally.
The Middle East situation. Our young people, our service people, 80% is sent to the Middle East. And 40% is coming back. Now, if 40%, 80% is sent over, and 40% is coming back, and 40% is screwed up in their heads, how are we going to take care of our kids if they keep sending them over there? Where are we going to get the money? Now, when I came out of the service, I was 80% disabled and couldn't be around people for a while, for a year. And then after a year, I had to get a job and go back to work. And when I did, then the government stepped in and they started taking my pension. And in a year, they took it all at $35 a time until they got down to $10. And then they sent me a letter to come down to talk about the $10. I had a very good job then, and I couldn't afford to lose a couple of days to go down there and talk about $10. So I told them to keep it. And they paid me the $10 all the rest of my life. And about 6 years ago at Fort Bragg, the VA got a hold of me and wanted me to come to San Francisco to talk about my pension. And I didn't want to go. And the VA man said, "You're going, I'll take you down there." So they took me down there, and when I walked in, the man sitting back in the back got up and he had this sheet of paper in his hand, and he walked up and he said, "Do you remember writing this?" Because I didn't tell them what they could do with that. Not very nice. So he said, "Do you remember writing that?" And I said, "Yes, sir, and I feel the same today as I did then." He said, "We done you a dishonor, and you should have $2,600 a month. And so we'll give you $300 now, and you go home and you refile, and we'll gradually bring you up $300 at a time till we get you to $2,600. I've never been back because I want the money to go to these kids that's in the Middle East, that's walking those streets worrying about a bullet coming in the back of their head. It's not a nice thing to do. And I want those kids to have everything they can, because in our day, our vets never got it. They are improving things. We now, with what Trump done, now we can go to our own doctor now without waiting. Before, if you wanted to go to the doctor, you made an appointment, and a couple, 3 months later, you got to go to the doctor. You're already dead. So now you can go to your own doctor, and so it is much better. And I think it'll improve. But I really would like to be able to see everyone in the United States to go through a veterans hospital. Just visit a veterans hospital one time and see what's happening to all the misery that our old veterans are going through. They would appreciate the young veterans if they would just know, see what's going on.
I'm so glad you said that, Wally, because occasionally you'll come across some of these guys that are in the military right now in Iraq and Afghanistan, and they've gone over and over and over, and they've got young families they're trying to start.
Yeah.
And like you say, these are the guys that come back, at least they come back at all. And what we've put them through is, and they volunteered to start.
That's right. That's
They're
right.
the most patriotic people in the whole country.
Certainly are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, thank you, Wally, very, very much. It's so great to drop by and see you. And we'll probably turn off the camera, but we're going to talk about what you want to do for your book. We're going to get a book cranked out for you. So
I wish I had these transcripts here so you could read. I corrected them
yes,
the best I could, but I wish I had somebody to type them up for me. See?
well, that's what we can do.
Okay.
So all that we can handle. So I'll turn off the camera so we can talk business.
Okay.
Here.
All
And,
right.
so